Alright. Actually, I gotta go fill up the, let me go fill up my water really quick. Give me 1 second, I gotta go fill up the water. I got my distilled water now, so I got that flex going for me. Alrighty. I got some distilled water. I got some distilled water. Right here. I got my new white paint in, so I'm kind of excited to use that. A melee unit, not bad. On tabletop, but overall, Tau don't need them really. Also, sup. Don't need them really? Oh, you mean because they're like a ranged faction? Kind of like a glass cannon faction? I don't play Warhammer, so I'm painting for a friend, so I don't have enough of knowledge about how games go to know. I'm just painting for a friend, and I think they look cool, so that's the only reason I'm doing it. But you're probably right. I don't have a rebuttal because I don't know. I'm just painting an army for a friend, which, by the way, painting an army, huge undertaking. Huge undertaking. Huge undertaking. Like, I don't know how people are like, fair enough. Harlequins are the hardest in my opinion. Harlequins? I'm not even sure what a harlequin is. Let me look that up really quick. A harlequin. To paint, I mean? Right. No, I know what you mean. Yeah, harlequins. I just don't know what that is. I'm a very surface level Warhammer enjoyer, so. Harlequin, it's a football team. Warhammer. Warhammer. Oh, wait. They have female clown. What the fuck? What is this? Where would you even go to buy this? They're like female dancing clown people for the Tau. This is the Tau. These are Tau units. Is this? Am I seeing what? Eldari. It's an Eldar. Oh, okay. Never mind. They're Eldar. These are the Eldar. Okay. Never mind. I was like, what the? This doesn't. Okay, this makes sense as an Eldar unit. Yeah, I didn't realize they had like these very. What would you describe them as? I've never even seen that before. Harley, I've never seen that before. I don't know what this like. Is that like a limited print or something like that? You know what I mean? Like, what is that even is? Like, is that like can you even like fight with these competitively, or is this like a goof? Like, are these like a goof unit, or is this like you can bring these to a tournament and win? I'm just sort of curious. Like, I've never even seen anything like that before. All right. Well, well, thank you for showing me that. Harlequins. Apparently, that's the thing. All right. Let's continue with the paint. Future Oil says, "What the?" Thank you for the what the. I just decided to do a paint stream. I need to kind of get caught up on these guys a little bit. At least like a little bit, you know what I mean? Just kind of get caught up. Because I've been like it's really hard to have I have a tendency to do this, like too many hobbies, and they kind of, I don't know why I do this to myself. I should have just stuck to the idea of just finishing these, like just getting this army out of the way, finishing it up, and just calling, you know. But I went back to drawing, and then I'm like, no, and it's, bro, I can see why people don't paint, like why people keep, like, you know, there's that like whole thing where people will buy Warhammer, but they won't paint them, and they buy more Warhammer. And I can see that because it's so much easier to spend money than it is like to finish these guys. Like, you put your heart and soul into these. Like, it's really hard to, you know. I don't know if that's just me, but... I mean, if I was getting paid $20 an hour to do this, this would be like awesome, right? Entertainers and protector of the Black Library. No legit unit, you add them to the Dark Eldar. Sorry, Warhammer nerd here. Oh, I see. Some just buy to collect. Some just play the games, and others actually want to paint. I love the lore and painting. Yeah, I'm more of a... Do you have any paint on your brush? Yes. Icarus, yes, I do have paint on my brush. I go up slowly. I don't know how other people paint, but what I do is I take my main pot right here. And so what I'll do, let's say I want to light this foot up a little bit. Let's say I want this foot to be like a little bit lit up, right? Like the little fingers. What I'm about to do is drop a little bit of yellow into this dark green, mix it, and then so I have a shade up. I just went a shade up, and it's a little bit more vibrant. And that's how I move up. I don't know. Recently I've been experimenting with the technique. I'll show you guys. Oh, what the fuck, dude? It all came out. Jesus. Dude. Like, I was barely pushing on it, and like, half the thing came out. I hate when this fucking oh my god. I just wasted, like, a ton of paint on that. And I wasn't even pressing on it hard. I needed, like, a little dabble. It, like, let out, like, all of it. Dude, I hate when that happens. I personally, I don't even like, I haven't done it enough to collect. I have some Space Marines just because you need some. But I guess I would say I'm a collector, but like, I'm not even like a hardcore collector. I'm a very passive. I asked before I got into painting, I had a friend who was into it. And he painted me some Space Marines. Just Ultramarines, just the base Ultramarines, right? Nothing super special. And then I got into it, I painted some... No, that was before... I think that was after my little orcs. I bought them little Gretchen and whatever they're called, Gretchens or whatever. Ruthven and Gretchen or something like that. And I painted that. Let's see, where am I at with this? And then, oh, fuck, that's so thick, dude. That's so thick. I can't even believe how much paint came out of that. Anyway, I painted a little. I'm gonna share with this pot and then dilute this a little bit. I'm just gonna have to let that waste itself. Anyway, I eventually painted some Ruthven and Gretchen like the best I could. Do you have any Tau Max? Kroots are kind of meh. Icarus, take that back. You don't know what you're saying right now. Yes, I have Tau Max. It's just that like I need to finish the whole army, right? Like to me, are you saying they're meh, like they're bad on the field, or are you saying you just don't like them? You just don't like the way they look, because we don't accept hate here, so. So I'm just, like I was saying, I'm just like a passive collect. I just like go and like once in a while, I just go and I buy a unit and I paint it. Like I don't have any like allegiance to, like I just buy things I like and I paint them. I don't really like care too much about, you know. I just pouring all of that in there like that, like really soured my mood too. Like it put me in the bad mood just doing that, because like now I'm like stuck with this thick paint that's like way too bright, and I'm trying to like dilute it to get it to a consistency where I can actually use it. Looks good. Just to let you know, you could have a 2,000 point Arklin army. No, is that like if you did something like if you built like a goof army? Wait, can you build a 2,000 point Ruthven and Gretchen army? Because that's what I want to do. I want to have a mass, like those like little orcs, the tiny ones. I want to just have like a shitload of them, and be like annoying. Just do the dumbest builds ever and bring that to tournament. What colors for the eyes? Bro, just a thing of white. There's no... I'm not that good of a painter. I just do a little dab of white and we're done. Well, at least for these, like, the little eyes, I don't know. Some of them are... Can't even get in there, really. You know, I need, like, a microscope and, like, a robot arm to paint some of this stuff. We got Slipknot in the house saying, yo, nice. How about customizing the next Kroot with a football team color? Well, these aren't mine, these are for friends, so they have to look like they're not goofy, but... I can't go full goof, you know? Because they're not I'm painting for a friend, and that friend is going to give me money. So... I feel like my blacks on this model. Okay, this is what I was trying to do. Okay, so see how, like, right here on this cape right here, I kind of don't like the way this looks. This cape right here, see how that's, like, blotchy? Like, it's very, like, the white there is not very, like, refined. And I'm not really sure how to fix that. Because, like, I was doing the technique I learned on YouTube, but... I still messed it up. Where like this guy was like, he would like, well, kind of like what I did with the shoulder. I'll turn up the light so you guys can see better. Because like when the light is on, like you can't see anything. See how like the shoulder has like this gradient white. It goes like white and then it gets darker towards the bottom, so it's like the light is hitting it from the top. So I was trying to do that kind of thing on this cape. Well, right now it's hiding it pretty well, but it was a little bit rough looking. A little bit rougher than what I wanted. Right here, so I gotta fix this cape here a little bit. It's gotta look a little bit better than this. And so I'm not really entirely sure. I might just use a translucent black and just kind of go in there and just kind of cover up, like take the white, like pull the white back a little bit. Looks good to me, brother. Thank you, Icarus. Appreciate that. Like Miami Dolphin colors. Yeah, I mean, we can do something like that, just not on these. I mean, you know. They act as extra little, they act as extra line of protection for the Tau. Weak damage, not really needed. You can have a 2,000 point Russian army, but you'll be relying on similar tactics used for the Tyranids. That swarm style of play could get really into this if you want. Oh, you mean like you're saying? Is this 3D printed model? Icarus? No, this is legit. This is like from the box. This is like a real model or whatever. It's an ancient model too. My friend bought this back in high school. Like we're painting models from like 1,000 years ago. Literally, this is a 20-year-old model. So. I bought a very expensive white. You guys tell me, for the painter people, for the painter enjoyers, is this a good? This costs $10. War paints. Is this good, or would you guys say this is like not worth $10? Just wondering from the experts out there. What do you guys think? But yeah, I needed more white, and I was using the cheap acrylics. I used like the cheap acrylics, and I feel like I could tell the difference right away in like the quality. So I canceled that idea because I'm like, I'm just gonna ruin my models here. And I bought like a real thing of white paint with the higher quality stuff. I thought I could get away with it, but it's like someone put some pigment in saliva. That's how it like functioned. Like you couldn't control it as well, I felt like. So that's my take on that. I'm gonna mix this up a little bit. Coolio, hello, Foros and chat. Welcome to City 17. If anyone has spare Kroots, send them yours way. I don't have time. I just need to get this army done. Like I got some more models that I need to paint, but they're like mine. And man, I don't know how people. I watch those videos where people are like, "Can I paint an army in 3 days?" I'm like, bro, I've been painting these guys for like months now. Like I don't know what people are talking about when it comes to like when they're talking about, you know, doing an army like the weekend. I'm like, who's doing that? Like, maybe if you're like super top level expert, I don't know. It just, I'm a slow painter, I guess. I don't know. I wish I wasn't, but I just am. If it's true what they say about their speed painting skills, then they must be absolute masters. Oh yeah. Well, I think they are. I think they are. Like, cause like people are saying it, right? Like, and other people are saying that. So they must have done it on a like live video, right? Or something, because they wouldn't just say it. Or I mean, somebody might be lying, but they would confirm that that's not true. Then you know. I believe it's true, but man, you'd gotta have this be your only hobby at that point, you know. And obviously, like speed painting an army is not the same thing as like doing like golden demon level of paint. Like that, those are different like skill sets, but still, you know, still. This looks pretty good. Well, I appreciate it. See, I for some reason when I turn off the light, you can kind of see it a little bit better actually, like this, compared to when the light is on. So I'm trying to. But like this, it looks like there's too much contrast or something almost, you know? But I mean, whatever, it still looks fine, but I'm just saying it could look better, I guess. Okay, I'm just trying to use this wash to, like, I feel like my blacks on this aren't really as dark as they should be. I'm just sort of, it's just sort of weird how not dark my darks are, so I'm trying to go over and redark them because they look almost like a pale black, but I need to. So I'm actually using like a wash very carefully to like darken it in. Also, the game development update. I think it's gonna be something special. Slipknot. I hope so. I think like. Well, I don't. You know, the thing I'm kind of like. I don't want it to turn into. Player has base, enemy has base, you have to, like, make base and crush the enemy, right? Like, I want it to be something else, but to make something else, you have to be smart. And I'm not smart. I love the music, by the way. Well, thank you. I clicked on it myself. Yeah, you know, making a game is one of those things where... Is it AI, though? It's not AI. It is... from Kingdom Come Deliverance, but I don't know if they use AI to make it, so you just never know. Oh, do you mean like the game? Is the game AI? Or do you mean is the music AI? I love Kingdom Come Deliverance. Have you played it? I've never played it. Maybe I should give it a shot. I just don't have as much time to. I don't have time to. I say I don't have time, but that's really a lie. Like if you want something, right, you can make it happen. But yeah, I just don't. I guess I don't want to play it, but like, you know. But yeah, I'm sure it's a good game. Sorry. My thoughts on game development. I don't know. Like most people's first, I think I am in the zone of risking biting off too much. You know what I mean? Like there is that risk where I could bite off too much, essentially, and because it is like it's. I love Manor Lords. Also has insane music. Yeah, Manor Lords. Some of their tracks are like top tier. Like actually really good. I agree. Manor Lords is really good. I think this model in particular I've been drawing the longest of any model ever. It feels like I've been on this model for like a year now. But yeah, my thoughts on video game development. I don't know. I do think there's potential there, but I guess I like my main premise for it, and we'll see how it goes, you know. Where are you from? Planet Earth. Now, Belarus. I heard pretty good instrumental. I wonder if you can play it. Slipknot, I can't remember. Pretty good instrumental. Is it metal? Is it heavy metal? Sometimes turning on like music that people want me to play gives me anxiety, because I'm sitting here and I'm like wondering if I'm gonna like it and if other people are gonna like it. It gives me anxiety playing other music. It really does. Sparta Crosswave. This model's starting to shape up, though. It's slowly starting to shape up. Can you 3D print? Can you paint my ship? Can you paint my ships? I can't 3D print, and I don't want to paint ship. What are your ships, Icarus? Do you mean like regular human ship, like World War II ships, or what are you talking about? Like 18th century? The problem with doing commissions is that I think people will see how comedically expensive it is. I need to get through the. No, I'm not gonna paint for money. Like, this is gonna be the last thing, I think. Because the issue is like it's way more expensive than what people think. I think, and I guess it depends on what level you want it at, right? Tau ships. You know what? I've never done ships. I do have an airbrush, but I've never painted a big object like that, so it could come out trash. I think there's a skill in itself. I think painting ships has like a skill, its own kind of skill, so. Just for publicity? Oh, like, I'll just paint it for you for free? Yeah. Gotcha. I'm gonna go to the store later, and I'm gonna pick up groceries and be like... I'll be like, I don't have any money, but why don't you, like... I'll take these home, eat them, and then you guys can tell people about how you gave them to me. Thank you for respecting that. Nice. I like electronic beats. Trust me, it is top notch. I trust you. I trust you. I've sent it to music. I mean, I'll give it a short. I'll check it out. Like what? Just. Oh, there's a commercial. I don't even know. I don't even know now. It's like it's gonna torture me. It's not that I don't like it. It's like a... Thank you for respecting the difficulty of painting ships. Gotcha. Sorry, I'm just... I mean, the drop was good. I like the drop. See, the problem with like this kind of music is that like if it's a 3-minute song, then I'd have to really micromanage. I'd have to. It's like you're being. It's at that point I'm like, I'm a DJ at that point. I think that's sort of the issue. This has to be AI, right? Because the helmet is AI. This has to be like, oh, 3 years ago, Jesus. Provided to YouTube, but. I like it. It's just that I don't want to. The problem is I don't want to like DJ. Like that's the issue with like a 3-minute song and stuff like that. And I kind of want a more chill kind of a, you know. The music just has to be what it is. I don't want. It's just I just throw it up in the background and whoever likes it likes it. You know, that's kind of like. All right, you know what this. We have files. I'll just say Mark. We have Mark. Sounds kind of nice. I need some slapping lyrics. Good day, sirs and ladies. Welcome. Welcome to my paint stream. It's a bit hard for the stream. Yeah. Well, if it were, yeah, like some people do have music like that on their stream and it works. But I don't. I can't listen to music that's hard for 3, 4, 5 hours. Like I can't do it. My brain just shuts down. I can't. I don't know. This stream needs easy listening. True. Let me join my non-idiotic account. Nice. Bright, bright red dot. Mark. Katika AK bright red dot is. Oh, Katya. Okay, I see. I see. Printed Doom guys to paint with acrylics, and still haven't done anything to them. But they do look cool as they are, just in black. Oh, did you spray paint the primer on there? It sounds like you got the primer on there, right? But I wish, are you doing a resin print or are you doing the regular 3D printing? I'm just sort of curious what your process is like. I've never 3D printed. It sounds like it's pretty easy until some little thing goes wrong. Like it's one of those things that's like super easy once you have it down, but it's super hard until you like figure out all the little things that can go wrong. I bought them online. I don't have a 3D printer for now. Oh, I see, I see, I see. Just got a printer. I feel like it will be hell. Icarus, what kind of printer did you get though? I'm curious because I've always been curious to get a printer, but I can't pull the trigger on that. You know, it's too scary. I don't want to get stuck with a machine that I don't know. I don't know. It's just. So I'm sort of wondering what the other people's experience of that is like. I know they've made it a lot easier than the most expensive. No point in getting lower quality. That's how Chinesium tech. That's how Chinesium tech works. Oh yeah, I agree. That's the things that like I feel like if I ended up getting a 3D printer, I would have to go for the resin one, and it would have to be like the most expensive one, just because, like you said, it's like. Unless you're doing some like quick prototyping or something for like a something that you're gonna replace later like really quickly, and you just need like a part for the look. I don't know, on like a motorcycle, and then you're gonna like throw it out 5 minutes later. Def resin, yeah, for this kind of stuff. Yeah, especially for this kind of stuff, you're gonna need resin. 100% though. 100% though. Um, okay, so that was actually a wash, and I tried to use the wash on the metal to kind of give that gradient, and it didn't work at all. It looks super dirty right there. So it made it like really hard to do. I got Elgato 16K Ultra. Okay. Wow. Well, I guess the thing. Julio, thank you, man. Appreciate it. What's the what before you got the 3D printer, did you like find out like are you going to build things in your model is perfect? Oh, thank you. Did you find out like what you're going to need in terms of like are you going to build things in Blender and then print your own models, or like what's your game plan for all this? Like what are you looking to do, if that makes sense? I'm just trying to figure out like do you have to do something to the file to like make it 3D printable, like, or you know, like what's the dealio with that? Julio asks Elgato question mark. I think yeah, Elgato 16K he said. I think Icarus is he's got money, man. That kid's got money. No one hand painting mini seems for when others do. No one hand painting mini seems fun when others do it on the other. I'm not patient for it, and I'm too afraid to ruin it with my terrible painting and mixing skills. Well, Bright Red Dot, you can get a pot of, I think, window cleaner, or there's solutions that don't ruin the plastic that you can like put your model in and just strip it of the paint. It's not that big of a deal to like restart. And your first models are going to look terrible. Like, they really will. I got sponsored. I barely have money for food, but yeah, I don't use AI and model I your own thoughts. I don't use AI and mode I your own thoughts, but I think you meant to say like you model like you make your own models. Nice. You can you can strip a yeah, you can absolutely. Julio says EL goo. Yeah, you can definitely strip paint off of the like. There's cleaning solutions. Not anything super hardcore that's gonna damage the plastic, but you don't want to use a vat of acid for this. But I wish I could stream as at paint, but I suck at this discipline. You know what? I'm not the greatest painter. I just take my time. Like I just really kind of all I do is I just take a crap load of time. The people who can do a model like this and make it look really good in like an hour, I don't know how they're doing it. Like I don't get it, but I'm just not good enough, I guess, or I don't. Yeah, I just don't get how they're. Infinite patience, but they're doing it faster. It's like the opposite of patience. They know how to do it in a way that's like, they'll talk about painting an army in like so many hours, and it's like I mean, it's possible, right? Like it's. The problem here too is like the light has to be so close to the model that I'm almost like running. I'm running into the lamp physically just to get close enough. Infinite patience or just relaxation. I'll just stick to my girl hobby, cross stitching. I do it well and patient enough for it. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, sometimes you gotta find your own thing. Like whatever makes you, whatever floats your boat. I want to play the piano more and write. Going through a creative wave currently, but work eats all the free time. Yeah. Yeah, it'll do that. Like, even if you have the energy, just like sometimes you just run out of time, you know? What model of resin printer is it again? Coolio asks what model of printer was that Iligu Iligu 16K? I remember it was Iligu 16K, but I don't remember. Yeah, I don't think they mentioned like what exact model it was on YouTube. No answer? Future Oil says, yo, nice. How's it going? No, no, no. Wait, are you gonna fix leaky shower faucet and kitchen leaking water hose? Hmm, that's annoying. Sunday is the wake from my cousin, and Monday is the burial. So I'll at least have Sunday to rest. I see. What's today? Today, Friday. Nice. I see it's Warhammer Grim Dark Fantasy enjoyer in chat. Anyone read A Land Fit of Heroes? A Land Fit for Heroes by Richard Morgan, the Altered Carbon author. You know what? I haven't done that one. A Land Fit for Heroes by Richard Morgan, the Altered Carbon. You know what? Never read any of them, but is it good? What's it about? At least I have Sunday, Friday, Saturday, or Saturday. I mean, oh, I see. Yeah, my only day is Sunday. I think. Yeah, Sunday. I might just sit around and do nothing all day. I kind of feel like doing that one of these days, just kind of chilling out. But I kind of think I overdid it with like the black on these blades here. I want to kind of thin that out a little bit and like make it more like give it a cleaner kind of a look. Definitely going through the silver for sure. I just can't believe how long this. I feel like I've been on this model for like forever, and maybe that's just because I've been taking shorter. I've been doing like shorter stints on it, like just revisiting it a little bit at a time. But I feel like this one in particular, like I see it in my dreams. I need community to yap about my Shizo theories. Nice. What's I guess like I'm a bad like community person just because I haven't read like I'm a very surface level. Maybe put paint off the brush. Paint off the brush. I'm gonna water down the silver. It's not. I was going like it's very hard to do gradient black like that. Like it's pretty difficult. So I'm gonna try and push it back with the silver, like diluted silver. Icarus, I'm not sure what you're saying, bud. No. A Land Fit for Heroes is alright, I guess. Not a big grimdark fantasy reader, but I like the book. I like the books. Oh, I see. Yeah, I only read one book. I forget what it's called, but I did read like one Warhammer book one time. I don't even know if I have it anymore, but I did read it, and it was alright. It was like it wasn't like super awesome, but it was alright. I like it even more because there's a strong link to Morgan's first trilogy, Altered Carbon. Yeah. I'm trying to remember the one I read all the way through, but it was definitely one of the books about mankind. Like it was one of the ones about the Empire. I probably bought it on the whim, thinking I was gonna get into all this stuff, and then, you know, time goes by. It's like you just end up kind of. I wonder how they keep the continuity of all that stuff, you know? It'd be cool if they had like libraries and like specialized people that would like remember all the lore perfectly, you know? I know they don't, but that would be kind of cool if like the way they kept it is like they had like at game workshop they had like monks that would like remember information from like all the books, keep all the dates in line, and it'd be kind of dope. I know that's not how it works, but I just gotta do the blade and then the tile underneath him, and I think I should be done with this model. Feels freaking hot today. We're actually at 11 Celsius. It's kind of been chilly last week or so. Has been pretty chilly. It hasn't been too. It's been pretty chilly this summer. Well, you know. I wanted to start reading Warhammer, but that seems like it'll be gone. 7 Celsius. What the? Yeah, it's pretty cold. It got down to like 3 Celsius. So like it got pretty cold. That is lower than room temperature. Yeah, it's like chilly. Like you need a hoodie outside for sure. You know. $20 Celsius is room temperature. I think I just know Fahrenheit usually like 69 is like what 68, 69 is like what people. I think that's a little too cold. I like it like 72, 70. You know what I mean? I think 60 like 8 is like too cold for me, but whatever Celsius is, 68 is. It's been cool, rainy, stormy, and even tornado windy. Last week, a lightning bolt nearly hit in someone's house exploded. Hit nearby. Really? Last week, a lightning bolt hit nearby. Someone's house exploded. Really? That's awesome. Well, I mean, bad for them. But May 1st, 6 Celsius today, Russia. Oh, is that what it is in Russia right now? May 1st, 6 Celsius. Yeah, we're like a little bit. We're a little bit warmer, but 6 Celsius is like that's still like you can put on clothing and you'll be fine. You know what I mean? Like if you're moving around outside, 6 is not too bad. I'm actually kind of like I like this weather. Like this is like you know what I mean? Like this is very. I think good for me. I like this because it's not horrific, you know. But that's my opinion. I'm not trying to push my ideas on, but I just like when it's moderate. I gotta add the dark parts like very slowly on this, because otherwise it'll be 15 to 20 Celsius is best. I don't like it when it's hotter than 20 Celsius outside. Right, yeah. Yeah, 15 to 20. I agree, I agree. Anything past that is too much. It's inhumane. It's nice here. We are gonna get brutal summers here. Yeah. In the Philippines, I imagine you guys get hit pretty hard with it at some points in this in the I'd like to go there and just experience like what is it like when it's like like tropical weather, I imagine, right? Like what's that like? It's got to be like its own kind of brutal. That's got to be pretty brutal, you know? Is good for beach weather, but not everyone is near bodies of water. Oh, You know what? I've never actually been to a beach my entire life. I've never made it out to a beach. As embarrassing as that is, like I've never actually like I've been to a like a river where you like couldn't see the other side, but it was technically a river. And honestly, it's a little freaky. Like, I don't know what it is, but for people who have never been to a body of water where you can't see the other side of it, there's something about it that's like a little bit cosmic horror. I know, like, most people don't ever think of it that way, but just the idea of looking out into a body of water where you can't see the other side, there's like something like cosmic horror about it, where it's just like, damn, dude, this just goes on. Like, you know, there's like, if I get in there and just start swimming, I'll for sure die. Like, there's something about it that I don't really like. You haven't taken a swim in the river? Oh, no, I've been to, like, I've been to like a river and stuff. I've swam. Not a fan, of course. I'm not a fan, but I've never been to a beach, like a proper beach where you're looking out into the sea, where like, you know what I mean? Like I've been to a river where that was technically true. Like, you know, you couldn't, like, it was technically a river, but like you couldn't see the other side of it. But I've never been to a beach where it's like the body of water is a sea, if that makes sense. But I swam in the river and I didn't like it. I'm not a strong swimmer, and I don't it's inability and plus my distaste for it. They come together, and I don't want to be in there, and it doesn't like me. I don't like the seaweed. I don't like how the water moves me. I don't like being cold. I'm like, there's no reason for me to be here at all. Like, I hate the whole experience. I have done like little rafting though, like those blown up. Like you take a little raft thing, and I've done like a river float with like you just float down the river and drink alcohol. I've done that. That's kind of fun. Like smoking cigarettes all day and drinking beer and just kind of goofing around. That's kind of fun. But to be honest, there was nowhere where I couldn't just stand up. Like it wasn't like swimming. It's like if you fall off of it, you just stand back up and you're fine. You should try it at least once. Sunsets are great. My computer can simulate a sunset, right? The sky turns pink orange. Oh, I bet. No, I bet it's a good like. I would like to be on the beach just to like experience it, but I'm not enough to like go and do it. You know what I mean? Like it's theoretically cool, but I mean people have survived their entire lives without ever leaving, right? Like to a beach, and I'll do the same. I say that, but I might do it. I'm just saying that, like, I have no plans for it right now or in the future. But it doesn't mean something won't come up, right? We had snorkeling before. Seeing the sea creatures is a very nice view. We had snorkeling before. We had oh, because you can look underwater. Just wondering, have you been on other states before? I went to Washington D.C. No, yeah, no, no, sorry, yeah, I went to Washington D.C. one time, and that was fun. That was fun. This was a long time ago. Oh, I can't go abroad anytime soon because I'm expecting to do a renew on a house next year. Just saving up funds so I don't have to take a loan. Right, yeah. Renovation. Oh, okay. Bright red dot says, I would like to be in the middle of the ocean without all the light pollution. Imagine the night sky. Hmm. Yeah, it's hard to find like a true like low pollution area anymore. Like you have to really go out of your way to find that anymore. That would be really cool. Like if you look at the horizon, like if you're like where I am, you look at the horizon at the tree line, you can see like a glow from behind the trees of like the city. Like it definitely like washes out anything that would be there. Apparently it's been 24 Celsius in parts of the UK today. Y'all in UK are getting cooked. Yeah. Well, 24 is not that bad. Like 27 is where it starts to get like, okay, I hate this. But 24 is okay. Like low 20s is fine. High 20s is too hot, too much. 34 is hell. Not sure what the exact number was. Where I'm at, maybe 20 Celsius. The weather can really suck here sometimes. That's not too bad. But at least England doesn't really like get super hot, you know. I feel like England is like, cause you guys get. I'm sure you guys get hot days, but nothing like America will. Once it gets hot here, it just stays hot forever. Like relentless, hot every day. Like no breaks, just hot, sweaty. The sky is great, but you have to go far away from any electricity source. Right. Nighttime sky. Yeah, it's hard. These days, it's hard to have that. You know what I mean? Like, the light pollution is there's just too much of it. So, like, you'd have to really look for that. Last time I saw a lot of stars was last year. Visited my grandpa in his village. Almost no light pollution there. Yeah, you'd have to go into like a rural part of some country to like find anything like what you'd need to. You know, you'd have to really. I think I'm getting close. That blade is starting to look like something, but I gotta... It's a little bit... It needs a little bit of work, but it's starting to get there. You know, the blades and stuff like that. One time my mom and I had to go visit her far from city hometown at a sudden notice. She'll attend a she'll attend a wake that time, and she arrived there at nighttime. She decided to walk instead because there's no one to pick us up. I was busy admiring the nighttime view and the stars, not knowing she's already afraid that she might see any ghosts. Do you guys think telekinesis is real? Oh, 100%, yeah. No, I don't know. I've never seen it. I've never seen telekinesis, so it's hard to say. Never seen telekinesis. My relatives are saying my third eye is closed, and if that's true, I want it to be that way. I mean, ignorance is bliss, right? Yeah, if it's keeping the demons away or whatever, you know, the ghosts, then yeah. I'll take the no demons. So you and your friend go to those comic Cadres up shows? Don't you and your friend go to the I've never gone to any show, any comic show. I've never actually gone to, so personally I've never. Cosplay I think that's what he means, yeah. I don't know, it's not something I know about too much. Did I mention I went to a comic book store last week? I don't think you told me. I don't think you said anything about that. They said this Saturday they're gonna have a gathering with comic book artists. This Saturday, nice. Well, that's cool. Is there any shows near your area? Yeah, I don't know enough about it, to be honest. I'm gonna pour more water in there. Downtown Chicago, that's a far drive. That's too far for me, brother. I can't drive that far. I'm a hobbit. I can't be bothered to go that far anywhere. Where did I put my brushes? I know I got more brushes. Yeah, I guess I'll finish the job this way, I guess. I saw a video of a girl years. I saw a video. I saw a video years ago of a girl claiming she can teach telekinesis. Oh man, that'd be convenient. I imagine there's like a long road of like spiritual before she teaches you how to move stuff with your mind. There's like a I bet there's like a lengthy process of teaching you about spiritual stuff you gotta learn first. That will have like varying levels of depth, and like it'll be like, you know, blue belt, red belt, black belt kind of stuff, which will of course cost thousands of dollars, and you'll have to go through that process, and then once you finish that, she can teach you. But the hook will be that if you end up not being able to do it after all that training, you'll end up, what it is that you don't have enough metachlorians in your blood, and you can't do it. So like I kind of think that's, you know, because she'll preface every belt system. Well, I'm just saying there's gonna have to be like, how are you gonna get people to, because she can't do telekinesis, right? Like she can't do that, but how is she going to charge you money? She's going to be like, okay, well, I can teach you, but you need to know all this other stuff about, you know, other stuff, right? Like, and it's a long road and it's expensive, but I'll teach you. But just so you know, if it doesn't work at the end of it all, that's because you aren't one of the chosen. So you could find that out right at the end, right? Like that you just, yeah, sorry, you just weren't one of the chosen, kind of thing. And yeah, that's how you sell those courses. You know, so if you can bamboozle someone to give you money for that, Sounds about right. I mean, that's how you'd have to structure, because it's kind of like, not to bash Scientology because they're wonderful people, but like it's kind of how they do it. They're like, we have the answer, which is here, but you're all the way down here, and it costs a lot of money and time to get up there, which we're more than willing to provide. You know, so like that's kind of how that works. Is, you know, but yeah. I'm not sure I will go on Saturdays. It's my only day off. Yeah, see, that's the other thing, is I don't know how people have the energy, like when you've been like just putting the work in all week, going somewhere, like going to Chicago is exhausting. You have to be on high alert. You have to, you know, it isn't like, I don't know. And I don't even have kids, and I don't want to do it. I can't even imagine what it would be like to do it with like kids and a wife. Someone's screaming, someone has to go pee, someone is hungry again. It's like, guys, I'm tapping out. If I had one day off a week, I would definitely be spending it like just sitting down, just in front of my computer, just brain turned off. Is that a pay-to-win religion? Well, kinda, but like you can also sign, there's other options. You can sign a 1,000-year oath to Xenu. And like, if you do that, I think you have to do that, actually. That's one of the steps. And then once you're committed for 1,000 years to Xenu... But yeah, it's pay to win, but a lot of people who are like, if you're not famous or rich, it's a little different. It's like you just work there like free labor, and that's one of the ways they kind of take care of you. You know, whatever money you make, you have to give to them and stuff like that. It's really, I don't know, it's not the greatest, but I can't believe they're still around with that stuff. Icarus, nice. I'm back, nice. That's my one day I'll have to chill. Well, yeah, and yeah, you gotta chill in your one day off. You know? I do like the idea of having a pay-to-win religion. I think if anybody deserves to go to heaven, it's rich people. You know what I mean? Like, incredibly wealthy people. They should just go straight to heaven. Because they did such a good job, right? Like, if you're winning here, you should be winning everywhere. That's what I say. We have a term here called double kaya, which means you are following two distinct beliefs for maximum luck. Bro, yeah. Sometimes you gotta, like... You know, if I go to those ponds where you gotta throw in money for luck, I do, just in case. I've never been rewarded so far, because I feel like it's always, you know... I feel luck is one of those things where if you start working for it or watching it too hard, it's like a little leprechaun. It wants to, like, run away and, like, jump into the forest, you know? Like that golem thing from Diablo. Like, once you gotta just live your life and luck happens. But if you start putting money into it, but I still drop money and like into like one of those ponds just because I'm like, well, you know. But yeah, sometimes you gotta diversify. Maybe follow 2 or 3 or 4 religions, just because you don't know which one's true, right? You gotta sometimes you gotta spread out the it's wise to do that. It's like you are following Chinese customs, buying good luck charms and beads, but you're also praying for your religion. Yeah. Coolio, thanks for the gift of stub. Nice. Yeah. I'm gonna paint the top level rocks a little bit of a brighter color here so that they kind of stand out a little bit. It looks a lot brighter on the camera than it actually is. It looks a lot brighter. It's not quite as extreme here. I do have to sleep now, though. You have a great stream. Thank you. I don't know why. I appreciate you being here, and I hope you have a great night. Future Oil says just about done. Do you mean, are you putting a question mark at the end of that, or are you declaring that as a statement? Just about done. This one is getting close to being done. This one is actually getting close. Getting close. Good. You just can't wait for this to end. Nice. Fuck, I hate when you paint models, bro. Do anything else, please. No, but you can't rush greatness, Future. You can't rush greatness. The real, like, the downer for, like, it's just I have no rush. You remind me a little bit of, like, when kids are like, not like, I'm not saying you're a kid, but like when kids are like, are we there yet? And it's like, no. But I'd like to see you paint a bikini model. Oh, I don't have any of those. Yeah, I need to. I don't know. Does Warhammer have bikini models? I don't really know. I know they got the female custodies now, right? Like, maybe I'll have to go pick that up. But I don't have like I was looking at the prices, like I went into like the local store and like looked at the prices, and it's like, I don't know. You gotta like be a CEO of a Fortune 500 company to like play Warhammer now. It's like $270 for like a small. I don't know. I'm gonna have to rely on donation, like just people sending in units, because I can't. Or go get a full-time job and take out a mortgage or something in my house. Okay, I think that's starting to look nice, the ground there. You are even painting naked people. You are even painting... Yeah, like, if you think about it, a Kroot, you know, this could be a female Kroot, and a lot of the skin is showing, so... You know? Maybe Kroot isn't your kind of female, but... Oh, Future is painting? Yeah, I know. He's painting that lady. He paints ladies. Bikini model should be his expertise. Bikini model should be his expertise. Right. Well, I'm pretty satisfied with this one. Like, overall, the only thing I'm kind of thinking about adding is, like, some dots on his head, like sort of his, like, kind of like skin texture for the dots. Let's turn the light off for a second so you can see a little bit better, just because it's easier to view this thing when let me turn off the music. Or not turn it off, turn it down. See, like this, you can kind of see the detail a little bit better, almost like in the dark. I don't know why. It's like, I don't know why the camera just doesn't like the. You know, you can really see the stuff a little bit better like this, I feel like. This one is about done. I just need... I think maybe what I need to do is, like, paint... Like, go pick up night vision glasses and paint with a super low light like this. Or, like, you know what I mean? Like, even when I have the light almost off, like, it's still too bright. Like, it's still... The camera just doesn't adjust to it properly. Still like blown out kind of compared to like this, you know what I mean? Like, look at the difference. That's so crazy. That's such a crazy difference. Looks cool. This could be a good charcoal drawing. Yeah, snapshot it. Take a snapshot of it. But yeah. Maybe I should put, like, I don't want to put dots on all of them, but I do want dots on some of them. Maybe this will be the other one with the dots, and then we'll call it a day in terms of the dot making. What if I turn the light slowly away from the model? Like, you see what I'm saying? It's like you can't win with this light. You can only like really begin to see the detail. Like right here, I'm not. You know what? Oh, that's right. That's what I did last time. I kind of did one of these moves. But then you can't see my face. Not that you can really see it anyway, but I did one of these moves with a lamp. That's what I did. But why is it so? Now it's like a little. It's way too abrasive. It sort of works. I've gotten this way of doing it like working before, and then maybe what I did was like turn it down like this to kind of tone down a little bit the level. I think that's how I did it. Is like to kind of not have that blown out look. This actually doesn't look too bad because you can actually see everything now. This doesn't look too bad right there. The other view looks better. No, wait, cool. The other look better where I can still see some blues in the background. This view looks better. I think this view is the best one, right? Like you can see everything, and it's not because when I had the light above, it just like all you can see is like the reflection. Like you can't like this is by far I think the closest stuff. I just forgot that I had my lamp like this. Like see when I can kind of control see it was like this. Like you just can't see anything because everything was white kind of. Like this is kind of where we want to be at. So you guys can see kind of what I'm seeing and not like an insanely blown out thing. Alright, I'm gonna risk it. And I'm gonna paint some black dots or something on his like head, top of his head kind of thing. With this right here. What's the diagonal blue thing? The blue thing right here, that's just some tape that I had stuck to the glass so that like when I accidentally move everything, because what would happen is I would put my hands over here and then I would like slowly move the thing and it would be out of focus. So this was just like a focus control, like the tape was there just to like as a focus control thing. Yeah, it's just some tape. It's not for any kind of... See, I even got the eye. Smart move. Yeah, it's not doing anything now, but it hasn't become a problem today really, so I didn't. But if I was to start painting a lot again, I would tape everything down, so because I have a little under this guy, I have a little X on the board. That way I put him on the X and I know that he's going to be in focus. But if the whole board moves, then it like ruins everything, you know? Like if the whole board is moving around, then it doesn't matter if the X is there. And anyway, you slowly find solutions to problems, you know? But yeah. But yeah. All right. I think I'm making a little bit of a mistake right now by doing it like this, but we'll see. We'll see. So we got the top of that shoulder and that head. I think that looks pretty neat. Maybe, yeah, see, I kind of, maybe they're, like, when that dries out, maybe it'll look a little bit less extreme. Right now it looks really black, but basically I like it. Basically, that's what I was going for. It definitely looks more, because he's so vibrant, like that color on his forehead is so vibrant and those dots are so black. He almost looks kind of like poisonous or like not jungly, that's not the right word. Like he looks tropic, maybe? Like a parrot or something. But yeah. Then I have down the road, I have these two to finish painting. These guys are probably around it's hard to estimate, but I would put them at maybe 20-30% like painted. They still need a lot of work before they're like kind of in that painted state. But here's some other guys I'm gonna have to paint later. But they're kind of like, you know what I mean? They're like, they got elements that are painted. I just gotta like do stuff to them. They're pretty cool, these guys. They're pretty cool. Let me go look at my table, like where they're all at, and see if this is this it, or do I have more Kroots? Because I feel like I've been painting Kroots my entire life at this point. Let me go look at what I got. All right, so basically, well, I got 4 more Kroots. Okay, so I got like this guy's done in the middle. He's done. Then I got these 2. So this guy, we'll put him up to the side. He's done. Except I need, you know, varnish and all that kind of stuff. But he's completed. And then we got these guys who are half painted, sort of like 40%, like whatever, 40-ish%. And then we got these 2 that are sort of ready to go, but they got a lot. Then basically these guys to be finished with the Kroots. But yeah, it's kind of where we're at with that. It's kind of where we're at. I tried, as you can see, I tried to do dry brushing on this guy to kind of, you can tell I was trying to dry brush and I'm not super good at it, but I was, you know, I kind of let it just hit everything and I was just gonna paint over stuff. It was an attempt. I don't know. I don't get how you can dry brush little things without hitting other things, because the only kind of brush that works really, or at least for me, is like the big goofy brush. That kind of like makeup brush that girls use for the face or whatever. Like this is the only thing that like works, and you can't not hit everything. Like it's a cluster bomb of paint. But it does give you, and these models aren't the best to be dry brushing anyway. They're just not, they don't have a lot of like edges on it, except for the rifle and stuff like that. Augusta says, great job, man. Oh, thank you, man. Yeah. But, so we still got a little bit to go to get through these guys. I think I could, if I was just like, am I taking it too far with these guys? Like, do you guys think I'm like overdoing it? Like, I feel like I could definitely not kind of be as extreme about the detail and it would be fine, but I don't know. I kind of like, that's like, the conception was that they would be just super painted up. And so It's hard to like paint some of them one way or some of them the other. I feel like I have to maintain the standard now that it's like set to that. But it is eating up a lot of like time and stuff, you know. And it becomes exhausting when truly like I'm not I know I'm complaining, but I'm not. It's because we've all had this, is like you start a project that just like isn't ending ever, like it just won't end. And I had to restart the main guys, like the actual Tau guys, like I restarted them so many times. Could be a cool drawing showing all these soldiers, like drawing them all together, kind of. Is that what you mean, or putting them together and photographing them? Only you can know if you're doing too much. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Drawing them? I'm probably not gonna draw Warhammer stuff. I like them for what they are. I don't feel like I need to draw them. You know? What the? Also, I was thinking the other day, I'm like, okay, so I've been passively in this hobby for an eternity, what feels like an eternity. And I just don't see how people are picking up a set of these. Well, I know what most people do. They buy Warhammer, they put it on the shelf, and never gets painted, right? That's 80% of what happens. But, sorry, I'm just putting the little holes in the guns right now. I'm putting the little... So I don't like when the rifles are blank like this. I like to actually like dig the little hole in there, so it has, you know, where we're pretending the bullets are flying out. But for the people who do paint them, you know, how are you guys getting through it? Because it's just, you have to be so committed to this game. Like, even when I asked my friend to paint some Space Marines, it was the same thing. It took him weeks and weeks and weeks. Like, it was like, I'm like, I was starting to doubt whether he was actually going to do it, and then he did do it. But I'm like, what if it had been a 2,000 point army? What then? I think the barrier to entry is very expensive, but also you gotta, you know. I think if I was gonna get into it for realsies and actually go and play, like, actually, I would just paint the army to enough of a standard to board them, to like put them on the board, and then I would just slowly put a little bit of time and like repaint them to a new, like, sort of like really high standard, if that makes sense. So I would just keep iterating on it slowly. Oh, that's beautiful. This knife does a really good job with these holes. It like makes a nice little hole. I've used other blades and they really messed up that hole. And like, obviously the best way to do it is like a little, like they sell like these little drills you can buy. But they sell little drills, but this knife works really well. You just kind of have to line it up. You kind of have to line it up, I guess. It's hard. It's hard to get it straight in the middle. I'll be honest, it's hard. But I might down. If I keep doing this, I'll eventually get a little drill, and that'll make it look a little bit more professional. Because right now I'm... Alright. So... Take a look at this guy. Take a look at this guy really quick. I think he's at that standard. He's at that standard. I think the most difficult thing is going to be when I actually paint that Tau, so like their main soldiers, is the whole their armor is manufactured. It's not like this where it's like, oh, he's got a leather shoulder pad or whatever. They're actually going to be, you know, they're standardized armor, so you can't just say like this. It's off a shade because it's like what for whatever reason, you know. I guess you can, but I want them to look a little bit more like standard infantry. Budge. Budgicles. It looks like I started to attempt to do stuff with this guy. The rifle looks like it's got some of that stuff. You know, this guy started already. I'm also kind of looking at their hair and stuff, and I'm like, how can I do the hair different? Does it have to be different every time? No, probably not, but... So the technique I learned about with doing, you know how some people have these really smooth transitions, and this dude was showing how to do it, and he was basically like, you take your paint and you, I don't know how to. It's really simple, but it didn't really like work for me. But it kind of worked, but not like I didn't. I think I'm gonna do this guy's hair today. I'm gonna do this guy's hair, but I'm gonna do this sun yellow, kind of like a more yellowy hair, maybe. No, this is this sun yellow. The shoulder pad I thought turned out really nice on this guy. It's got that leather, kind of beat up leather look. I guess like the way I can describe the way this guy was teaching to do gradients of like going from light to dark of the same color, like light is falling somewhere, is to like dilute, like use opacity essentially. Like you're not really adding, like usually what I do is I go like dark yellow and I keep adding yellow until it gets super bright slowly, and I just keep going more towards the center until it does, you end up having that highlight somewhere. And it's smooth because I'm slowly adding more and more light to it. But he was using like opacity, just more like diluting it. Okay, so I'm gonna do just a few drops of this. Okay, 2 is fine. Probably already too much. Sorry, my brush, I keep leaving it in the water and it keeps bending. That's really my bad. I need to take it out of there, but I just don't care. I'm like, I'll just bend it the other way when I'm done. Which is not the right way to do it. So I think for this hair, I'm gonna get super bright towards the base of the hair, and then get darker as it like goes out. But the first layer is going to be kind of like this darkened yellow with, because I put black in there, right? And then I'm gonna, each layer is gonna get brighter, but it's gonna start out darker. The only thing I'm not a fan of right now is like the amount of light I have is like next to nothing. Actually, let me see if I point this back at him and then adjust it on the computer side through the magic of computers. Like if I go properties, configure video, brightness, yo, and then contrast. Right. Oh my god. Alright. I think that's because I need to be able to. I need light on it, and I'm painting in the dark. Oh, okay. So this is a little better. And I'll have light. The computer. What a machine. Yeah. Paint mixed. I just watched a crazy video of a firefighter who woke up after a 10-year coma? Yeah, what did he say? What happened to the fella? Now my sun yellow plan, I'm just gonna keep adding sun yellow each layer, each pass, and like slowly shorten it up into the where the base of the hair is, and then that's the game plan to like make it slowly brighter. I'm trying to get paint out, but it keeps like letting air bubbles out. But I can't tell if it's paint or not, so I have to be like super careful. Because if it like puts a whole thing in there, then oh my god, it's a real torture. It really is. I'm on, get out. I gotta get my needle. I have this set of needles here. Actually, I'm sort of curious about these, like... Oh, these are 3D... Okay, so that's what... I bought these, like, needles online that they're like these super long, sharp needles, but I guess they're for cleaning 3D printer stuff, which super makes sense in hindsight. I just forgot why I bought them. These are, like, tweezers for, like, super fine stuff. Let me get that... I feel like the paint is really fighting me today. Let me see if I can. Let me see if that did the trick or not, because it seems like it just won't come out. There she is. Okay. Oh, I saw earlier that they have they got Heroes of Might and Magic Elder Era or something. I don't know. I forget what it's called, but it's something like that. Yeah, they're coming out with a new Heroes of Might and Magic, and it kind of feels like they're going for that classic look a little bit. Like it, I mean, it's all modern-ish, but it looks more like the classic Heroes of Might and Magic. So I'm like sort of half interested. Like, not really, but, you know, a part of my heart is like, maybe I should pick this game up. Runner Bean says, hey gang, just lurking while I fall asleep. Thank you, Runner Bean, appreciate that. We appreciate the lurkers. They're the heroes. Uh, Going back to talking about overdoing, I've been thinking about it a lot, you know? I'm doing everything I can to paint as quickly as I can. I used to think that painting something impressive with millions of details would be appealing and make it easier to sell the artwork, but in the end, perhaps the best thing to do something remarkable is the shortest time possible. To adopt all kinds of techniques that accelerate and simplify the process. I think, yeah, you know, I don't want to give advice on that because, like, I don't know whether something should be done quickly or not. It kind of depends, right? I don't think quickly, or I don't think the length of time on something is automatically a good or a bad thing. Because I've seen things where they're like more fastly done and people love it, and I've seen things that take forever to render out and people also love it, right? So it kind of just, it all depends on like the person and what they value, I guess. Sorry to give like a super generic answer. I don't know. I have no idea like what someone should do in that situation. I say follow your heart though. You have to follow your heart, Luke. Then again, there's painters who do like incredibly detailed things over the course. Like they do a painting every 3 months, right? And then it's like this thing, and it works for them. I think you gotta find a pace that works for you, kind of, you know. You gotta find a pace that works for you. How many have you completed? So, how many have you could complete so far? I think you mean like how many have like okay. So I actually completed a lot of them, but then I restarted a lot of them too at one point. Like my actual Tau soldiers, they're sitting in a vat where I'm stripping the paint. I'm gonna start them over, and the reason I did that was primarily because I felt like the standard of the armor shades weren't. When I restart the Tau, I'm gonna have to have a batch of paint that's large enough to put the base kind of armor color on all of them, so it's standardized, and then go off of that. With these guys, it's like, oh, you know, the skin is different. It's like it makes sense. Their skin changes based on what they eat, so and they're more like organic looking creatures. So it's like whatever. The one is a little tint darker or more bluish, whatever. But with the Tau guys, they have standardized armor, and their skin is all like, you know, kind of the same. So you kind of can't get away with it as much. So, so part of why this is taking forever is because I'm just like I'm just like, you know, I'll randomly look at them and be like, all right, I gotta start these over. And also, like, if you abandon a project and come back to it, there's like this kind of like skill you gotta build back up a little bit. You gotta put so many hours to like get back into that where your plateau was last time. And so when you like drop and raise the standard all the time and you have to keep going back and redoing stuff, it's better just to like start, like push through and finish. That's the best way to do it. But because I keep stopping, it's like, you know, that's part of the big. I didn't mean to say it's taking forever. I was just curious. No, I'm saying it because that's what it is it's taking forever. Like, after all, you're talking to a guy who's been drying a charcoal for about 3 weeks. True. It's all good. It's not about the amount of units, right? It's not. I don't know, right? I think in some sense I'm a bad painter because I can't do army painting. Like, army painting isn't supposed to take 15 months. You're supposed to be done with it in like 1 or 2 weekends because you assemble everything one weekend to set. And I don't know how people are doing this in like, they're like, can I do it? I've seen the YouTube challenges where they're like, can I paint this in 48 hours? And I'm like, no, but then I guess they do. But I guess they're not using this style. They're doing more of a standardized, like, they hit it with an airbrush. They choose 2, 3 colors, right? Like, they're not going in super deep. But then the models look great. I'm not saying they don't look great. I'm just saying, like, you have to scale back how much you're gonna do. One thing I had to deal with, I reached the point of it's good enough because it's really possible to see flaws in everything, and I want to redo or retouch everything. I try to follow the closest of the strategy I've adopted is that you get to a point where with every picture I just look at it and I'm like, if I keep going, am I gonna start hurting the quality here because I don't know what else to do? And I try to like get it to that point, and yeah. I think that's worked out pretty good for me so far. Am I gonna start making this worse if I keep going? He had trouble speaking, moving, and eyesight issues due to being unconscious for 10 years. Oh, the firefighter? Well, yeah, if you're in a coma for 10 years, that would cause some damage. What did he say he saw? What do people that are in a coma for 10 years see, Are they just in a dream the whole time, or is it just black and then they wake back up? Near-death experiences are crazy. Oh yeah, I got into that rabbit hole watching the near-death experience people for a little bit. There is some interesting, um, you know, there's some interesting parallels there where they kind of talk about a lot. A lot of them talk about a light and being told that they're not ready to, like, that their mission isn't over, and then they feel love, and then they come back and they're like, it's about love, guys, and then they, like, I have seen like a common repeating thing, like when people have the near-death experiences, they're sort of like, okay, listen, you're not ready to die yet, we gotta send you back, but just so you know, it's about love, and then they're like, okay, it's about love. It's like kind of they seem to come back a little bit like nicer, I guess, or like new perspective kind of thing. I'm just saying I've noticed some patterns there with like the near death experience people where they. Uh, he he died 3 times. Oh, he really wanted to go. He's like, my coworker last year was hospitalized. Like my dad, he got sepsis. He said he died 3 times. He told me he had an out of body experience. Said he could hear and see everyone around his body. I've heard that too. I've heard that too. The whole they see the operating room and stuff. Pretty interesting stuff, right? It's not so much like the one person saying it, it's the fact that it's like there's a common theme of them saying it, which is kind of, you know, cool, I guess. Eels. Come here, baby. Come. Oh, you're a good boy. It's a big baby. Oh, you're a good boy. They took a corpse. Wait, hold on. Oh, it's an Augustus comment. Yeah, let me. I heard the unbelievable story that guy was a top professor at a Russian university, and he was run over in front of the university and died. And apparently there were problems retrieving the guy's body. They took the corpse and put it in the refrigerator at the university. And 7 days later, they took the body and sent it to the morgue for an autopsy. And when they touched the scalpel to his chest, he woke up. There was also a story like that with was it Rasputin, the guy who was like the imperial family's sort of, I don't know who he was in terms of his position, but he was like one of these like strange witch doctors that just hung around the main family. And he had a situation like that. It might have been some other guy. Was it? Are we talking about Rasputin? But anyway, Rasputin was like another one of those dudes that got shot 7 times, and then he like dived to save himself from being shot. He like dove into the river when it was winter and like swam around for a while. Then the guy just wouldn't die. But that's a crazy story. Yeah, I'm not sure if that story is related to that, but there was a bunch of things like that. So, and if you look at the picture of Rasputin, he certainly seems like, I don't know if I'd let that guy like hang around my kids. Like, you know, he's got that like kind of a, I don't know, look about him. He said it was like spending 20 years in hell. Oh, nice. He mentions seeing a whole dang thing, demons, various layers of hell. Nice, like Dante's Inferno kind of thing. Yeah, you'll get a little bit of that when you're there. But some people don't have the hell thing. They have light relatives. Some gnomes come out. They're like, hey man, like, you know, you should go back. We got some stuff for you to do. And, you know, and so, but yeah, it seems like there are with the near death experience, there are those people that kind of do they see the hell, they see the eternal hell stuff, and I would rather have the light, the light experience, if I'm being honest. Not ready for the hell. Give me the light. I want the light version of that. I want the death light. I don't want the fire and brimstone. The fire and brimstone, whatever. He was poisoned, shot, beaten, and wouldn't die. Yeah, sometimes it's like that with these people. Shot beaten wouldn't die. Yep. Some people have that dog in them, you know? Or whatever the phrase is. Not gonna enjoy seeing some family this weekend on Monday at the funeral. Oh. Mm. I just can't, like, seems like every weekend you have something to go do, and I just don't. I need like restoration weekends where I just don't do stuff. I can't imagine, working all week to get to the point, and then there's some familial things. So I just can't, like. I need me time. Is all I'm saying. Is like I couldn't possibly go to that many events and like you guys do. Holiday scented soap. Welcome, welcome. Why is my phone making noise? 1 second. I hope someone sent me a funny meme at least. Nope. Ugh. I've had enough me time. I'm ready to not have time for myself. I just don't. You need me time. I can't restore my sand. I need like me time. I really do. I can't. Like the whole work all week and then you're like your weekend is already like pre-planned. You got like the garden or some event to go to. I'm like, no, like it stops right now. Julio, thank you so much, man. Julio, I appreciate that. You know a strange story about when my dad was in the hospital, when we took my dad to the intensive care unit? A beautiful nurse seemed to be attracted to me. Of course, all of your stories are like this. Of course, yeah. But it was in such despair from. I was in such despair for my dad. You should have moved in on that, bro. It was a sign from heaven. All of your stories are like that. I need to start saying stories like that. There was a woman, of course, she was super attracted to me, and I was busy, but thanks for the gift sub. Seriously, you're so sweet. Yeah, thank you, Coolio. Appreciate that. Totally gonna stay home this weekend, but my cousin passed. Gotcha, man. Coolio says, future dude, you're married. This was in the past, Coolio. He's just saying that how lucky his wife is that he picked her because all of these other women were clearly... No, I get it, though. I have the same issue every time I go. That's why I don't go outside. All these women, they just can't keep their hands off me. I get it. It's like... Ugh. I thought like that from age 15 to 35. I spent 20 years just doing what I want without anyone getting in the way. Right? No reason to stop it now. I mean, he's still married. Because once... Yeah, well, whatever. I mean, I mean, he's still married 3 years... He's still married 3 years before? He's still... Let me see. Where did I put my brush? Let me hit that with another layer of. No worries, Cooley. Nothing happened. No, you wouldn't. Yeah, no. Futures. He does not. He's loyal. He does not stray from the path. The hair is starting to come out. I'm gonna make him like a whiter green, like a kind of a dull green, like relative to the hair. If that makes sense. That's the game plan right now. But now, I think now that like the base of the hair is like brighter, I'm gonna like hit the base almost with just a pure moon dust yellow, and then it'll put that little, put that kind of final highlight on there. And that's what I mean. It was like, you saw how I was like adding more yellow to that batch until it like, I slowly like layered it to where it's like, there's like this gradient. This is the best gradient I can do. Like, I've seen gradients where they look amazing. Like, this is as close as I can get, from tabletop distance, like from a foot, 2 feet, it looks pretty good. And sometimes it's better than that if the surface is a little bit easier, but this is like kind of a harder surface to do. Your wife was so jealous. I think all women have that going on. What, being jealous? Or remember when you showed her your sketch? Let me put more water in here. This is distilled water. I'm producing my own distilled water, by the way, so. The nice thing about the distiller, though, is it runs for like 3-4 hours and it produces all that water, but the cool thing is it produces a lot of heat, so in theory, in the wintertime, not a lot, but like let's say like a video card that's running full bore. So, come wintertime, it's going to offset the electric bill. Well, it'll, you want to produce heat inside the house wintertime and not. It's all in the name of science. True. Oh, we're a little out of focus here. Oh, I moved the base. That's what. Okay. The base slowly moved out of the way. That's why we're all messed up. I need to be right here. There we go. That looks a little better. You guys gonna call the Electrical Utility Corp and complain about this 144? 144, that's like cheap. That's not even... wait, did you... I don't understand how you got hit with a miscellaneous fee like that. think I'm gonna have to go over with the little bit of the wash for and outline that hairline a little bit, because it's like it's blending in a little bit. It's like a little bit gray there. See how it's gray? It's not like super distinct. I gotta like emphasize that a little bit. Like the hair is looking good. I just need like this part right here to be like more black, like kind of this line here, kind of like more black. Otherwise, it's looking okay. Like the contrast there is good on the hair itself, but Days Doodle says this looks awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I've been well, let me show you the one that I finished today that looks more awesome. Let me not drop him, but this is the guy I finished earlier today that's actually like finished. Well, now that I look at it, I'm like I might need to paint the underbelly a little bit here, but let me can't get him in the shot. But like this is the guy we finished earlier today. I think he's looking good. Like the parts that are, you know what I mean, the all this back stuff, like he's looking good. I just noticed when I picked him up like this, it looks a little barren right here. I might have to touch him up a little bit with some black paint, because that part it's supposed to be dark down here anyway. So I might have to add a little bit of wash or something. Like it just feels a little bit hollow, but like right once you get to this area, it starts to look really good. I feel like this area's looking pretty sharp. Also, maybe a little bit of that leather bag needs a little bit of love, like a little bit of highlighting on that leather bag. But it looks alright. Because that's where, like, with these models, you can just sit there and just keep finding new little things to patch up. You worked on a lot today? Yeah, it's been pretty intense. You can ask the people that have been here. It's just it's been pretty intense. Nice to see what you made. I haven't worked on minis. It's a pure pleasure. The mini paint is something that is very like methodical, and it's like meditation and zen, but also like it's creative, it's zen-like. I wish I had known more about 3D printing and stuff. It's just that the reason I don't want to buy a 3D printer and do my own Blender models and print them and paint them is because I know that it's going to be like one of those things where I do it and then I find out, you know, it's such a long path. It sounds like a super cool idea to like design something like this and paint my own version of it, you know. But I just know it's easier said than done. So I'm like, I'm not gonna fall for my own. I'm gonna end up with a 3D printer here that never runs. But I do like seeing the paint do like seeing the paint process. It's like painting nails almost, but not quite. Just in my opinion, looks like that. Yes, it's like, I think, yeah, like there's probably nail painting that's on the same kind of like level of sort of, you know, I've seen people do nail stuff that I don't know why. It also, because they're like these small little things, you know, the models, something about that like appeals to me. Like it's not just that it's high, like super detailed, but also they're like small, and there's like something about that is like super appealing to me. I think if you're gonna be a collector of things, it's best to collect cards or minis, because if you go down the road of having like toys or something, your entire house is gonna get taken up in like 2 seconds. Whereas this is gonna stay in one room. That's the close. I mean, it's the closest I've gotten to painting mini. Right. Augusta says, I think I'm the only artist who doesn't want to mess with new and different materials and processes. I'm not a big like I noticed some people do like to try new stuff more than I do. Oops. That was a little scary. I probably should have held my breath a little bit better there. Okay, so I did it. So you can kind of see. Why is it blurry again? Is it really because the whole thing is moving? Is that why it keeps getting blurry? But you can kind of see what I'm going for here in terms of like the darker base of the head, to kind of isolate the hair a little bit more visually, because it was a little bit like kind of not like that, right? So I'm gonna reiterate that, and then there are some good things about washes, and this is one of them. Like spots like that, you just like fill in those like little, it just kind of floats in there. The buoyancy is like designed to like get into the crevices real easy. It really helps with things like that. Little Goliath, welcome! We're doing a little painting. Oil is great too. Easy to get detailed though, just like little side missions. You know, I heard, like, you mean like actual oil? Like the, like oil? I know people do use oil for miniature painting now, and I've never attempted that, but I guess if you dilute it enough, right? Like if you just dilute like actual oil paint enough, you could in theory do this. It would be interesting because oil paint does mix like in a very particular way. Like this stuff, like it dries. Like it's really hard with this paint to like wet blend it, because it like dries so fast, and it wants to just be what it is. But oil paint is very, it takes forever in a day to dry it, but it's like very open to mixing. Everything's so complex, it takes so much work to learn and feel comfortable. I'm old, I want to feel comfortable. Yeah, I kind of tend to stay within my comfort zone too. For the, you know what I mean? I'm definitely a comfort zone guy for sure. It really does mess with mastering the medium. Yeah. Also, like I think for me, changing to like I do a lot of pencil stuff, and changing to something else, I feel like that's not the, for me, changing the medium isn't like what the real like I don't care too much about that as much as like the, you know, I feel like I'm getting what I want out of the pencil. Like changing the medium isn't necessarily going to you know, it's gonna change things up a little bit, but ultimately it's not like the thing, right? I don't know. Hey Ludo, long time no see. Hello, Coolio. Nice. But yeah, I'll show again since Ludo stopped by. The guy we did kind of finish today. This was the finished. This is the finished guy, and I'm starting another one now. This guy took forever. A lot of things, but he's finally like done. Except I found another spot I need to maybe touch on, but he's looking pretty good. He's looking pretty good. He almost looks what would you put him? He almost looks like a parrot. He's so like vibrant on his skin with the black dots. He almost looks like a snake or something. I don't know. This guy's gonna be a little bit more toned down. Like I want him to be like a more pale green, I guess. Very pretty. Thank you. Oil generally has adhesion problems. Oil adheres well to wood, fabric. On top of layer of oil, I really don't know if oil adheres to plastic or resin. Oil generally needs a rough surface to stick to. But I know what you mean. But people like I've seen the videos of people painting with oil, and they just say the only thing you need to worry about is sort of diluting it enough to be usable, because oil is very thick. You gotta like, you know, mineral spirits and stuff like that. But it's definitely doable. People do it. I just I'm not gonna swing around to doing it for a while, because I just this is working, right? I don't need to like switch to that right away, but it would be sort of interesting to try out one day. But I'm not in any hurry to. I gotta just focus on finishing a project. Like, it's too tempting to do other stuff. But they did the guy who was explaining how to blend with opacity. Like I diluted that yellow with a lot of water, and now I'm just going to like slowly like just touch where there's a transition that's a little rough. Just touch that spot and just keep going until like it kind of looks smooth, right? Like I'm trying to like slowly smooth out these spots. Like you see like right there on this one right there, like it's rough right there, that transition, and I'm gonna try and like blend that with low opacity. Like that's my just use liquid from Winsor and Newton. The oil takes on a glossy appearance. There's times to do glossy. Like there's varnish you can put that's glossy on pieces of armor to make it look really like more metallic. Like I could do that to these guns. Like if I put a glossy varnish on top, they would look more like shiny metal. So, or if you're drawing a creature that's water based, you could put glossy varnish to make it look perpetually wet. There's time for that. There are times to do that, but I don't always want everything to be glossy. I think there's a time for it, but maybe not on these guys. I stopped using General's charcoal. The sticks always crack. I've had General Charcoal White, and I didn't find them to be super impressive. I only found one brand that of Charcoal White that I really like that I always use now. Contes is a good brand. Oh, Contes A Paris or whatever. Or Conte A Paris or whatever. Maybe I'm thinking of a different. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. A little more expensive, but longer lasting. True. Okay, so I'm gonna take my low opacity yellow here. I'm gonna continue to, like, now that things are a little bit more dry, to kind of smooth out the gradients. It was no licking yourself, please. Sorry. I can't. The sound of the dog licking himself, it's just, I can't. In the case of oil paintings, when the paint really dries, it becomes matte. Then you apply varnish to restore the gloss effect of oil. All paintings are always glossy and shiny. Very cool. Yeah, I didn't know that. I swear I could sit here and just render out his hair for like hours just to kind of get it perfect. Okay, that's starting to look really good. I think the hair is starting to look gooder. I'm starting to really like that. I might hit it from the other side too with the Vallejo, the wash. It's like I'm almost using it to reinforce the black because it's such a saturated black that I like to throw it back on there. Like my natural black that I'm using, it's like not half as dark. It's like this very, like it's not even. I don't know. It's not dark enough. We got Morgan Free Guy says hello. Nice. Hello back. I messed up there. Then I messed up like 2 more times. I was hoping that the paint would just go in that crevice, but then it just went everywhere. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that. I'm definitely gonna have to fix that. Why is this black so much darker? Like it's so much darker than my normal. I need to buy. Maybe what I'm doing is I need to go buy Vallejo. It's crazy. This is like straight up like 2 times darker. I've been getting cheated this whole time. I'm over here thinking I'm using black, and then it's like I pull out this Vallejo and it's like 2 times darker. Oh man. I'm gonna have to fix that hair. I messed up. I accidentally hit it with this stuff. But I really like how much darker that hair looks. Way better now. Overall, that it's like going in the right direction, I think. Okay. Okay, I don't know what the heck they did with the black oil paint. It takes 5 weeks to dry, ended up mixing black with brown and purple. To reduce the drying time? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I did notice that little painting I painted that one day when I was doing that. Oh yeah. That one took a while to dry for sure. Alright. I'm pretty satisfied with how this hair, like I wanted to start with the hair and kind of like put something strong up there, and then kind of that way we can kind of use that as like this is a good starting point. Especially the brown burnt amber dries much faster than other pigments. Every time I try to make use of the many wrong paints I've bought, I regret it. Every time I buy anything outside my normal arsenal, I usually regret it. Like I swear, like the pencil I got, and then like my 0.3, my white charcoal from whatever brand, I can't pronounce it. Whenever I venture outside of that, I'm like, big mistake every time. But guys, I'm at 3 hours and what looks like 28 minutes. I'm gonna get going and do a little bit of work, and probably learn a few, try and get a few programming concepts in my mind to move that project along. But yeah, it was a good stream. I'm really happy with the way this is going. But yeah, I'll be back, and eventually, like once I can program like more competently, and it's not just me reading for hours, then I'm gonna do like streams of game dev stuff. But right now, it's just pure torture. Like it's just me reading stuff. Like there's nothing to look at except just the dude like not doing anything. But down the road, I'm gonna do that too, and drawing in this stuff. But anyway, I'll be back. Y'all have a great night, and you know, all that. The hair looks amazing. Have a great night. I know, right? Yeah, my hair. Yeah, I've been having like one bad hair day after another. Like really, just. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for stopping by, everyone. Thank you, Coolio, for all the subscribes for everyone. Have a great night. Bye.